What's happening, guys? Welcome to another video, and we're off to the river again. It's Friday afternoon. I've knocked off work a little bit early. Well, it was supposed to be early, but I stuffed up. I left and went about 5 kilometres and realised I'd left the food I'm going to cook in the fridge, so I had to turn around and go back. But we are heading to Purnong, so about halfway between Bow Hill and Walker's Flat. And we're not going that far. It's only about 40 minutes to get there, but I've got to get back early on Sunday, so I didn't want to travel too far. We got the fishing rod. I've made up some batter to cook the fish in, so that's how confident I am. We're going to cook a bloody fish this trip. I don't think we've caught one for about 3 trips, so whatever we catch, we're going to cook it. I don't care if it's a carp. I'll show you how to fillet it. We'll put it in the batter, my beautiful beer batter, and we'll have some nice crispy beer battered fish. And we've got some pork belly. We're going to do some Spanish chicharrones, which we did once before up at the farm when I camped there, but I've got a little bit of a different recipe I want to try. What else are we going to do? We're going to do a worm review. The people from Walkley's Fine Worms, if you watched last video, I was complaining how I got about 9 worms in the little tub, which cost about 11 bucks, 12 bucks, and they got in touch with me and said they think it's been tampered with. But a bit more on that. I've got a bit more to that story, so we'll tell you that later on tonight or tomorrow. So I've got some tail and bend worms as well, so we're going to do a bit of a worm review, and hopefully Walkley's Fine Worms is a lot better this time than 9 worms. And what else has been happening? I think that's about it. It's a beautiful day today. It's about 25 degrees, and tomorrow is supposed to be coming in a bit wet, I think. 50% chance of rain, but hardly any wind. So as long as there's no wind, I'm usually pretty bloody happy. So anyway, that's what's happening. We better turn the camera around, show you guys what I'm looking at, and that means it's time to start the music. Okay guys, just coming into Purnong. That's the old post office ahead there. I've got the camera out the window because my windscreen is filthy. During the flood, the water was right up to the old post office. I do love a good windmill. Ferry's across the other side. So, as I said, there's a couple of places to camp here. So there's a toilet this side, just around to the right. And you can camp over to the left in that dip there, which is what I'm thinking of doing if there's too many the other side. So yeah, all around there, just to the left, you drive off just after the 10 kilometre an hour sign. So there is a nice spot over there where I can set the caravan up. But the spot I'm looking for now is over to the right, about 200 metres on the other side. The other side's actually set up a little bit better. They've got a toilet block across there as well, and there's a few different spots to camp, but we'll show you that when we get over there. And we're about to cross the ferry, and if you're new to the channel, we always do a ferry review on how good the ferry operator is, and we haven't done one for a while, so this will be the first ferry review for a while. And just waiting for him. Looks like he's waiting for another car to come on the other side. You might be able to just see that ute coming on. Anyway, we'll catch you when he gets over this side. Okay guys, here we go. We always judge the ferry operator by their wave, how good a wave they've got. If they're smiling and happy, their takeoff and their landing. Oh, nice wave. Did you see that? It's sort of like a 2-finger wave, but the outside finger and the thumb was pretty good. He's getting bonus points for that. and all ferries are named after a bird. So there's about 12 to 14 ferries I've forgotten along the River Murray, and they're all operated through the government. They're free to go on, and this ferry is called Stilt 2. So luckily I'm a bit of a ornithologist, so I study birds a fair bit, and the stilt is a close relation to the budgerigar and the black swan, and also the Murray Mallee spoggy and the tomtit. So just to help you out a little bit there, and it was a great takeoff. Here comes the operator now. He's just unhitched it from the other end, so it's just floated out by itself. He's now hopped into his little operating room over there, and we're off. And I don't know if you've seen videos at home at Tailem Bend. I'm guessing the river here is about 3/4 of the size or the width of Tailem Bend, and the spot we want over past the willows is free, so we can camp over there. There's no one else there. Okay, just coming in for the landing. So you got 2 arms each side with a bit of a jaw or a clamp that clamps onto those 2 rails on the outside. That landing can be moved up and down with those chains if the water rises for a flood. It's coming in pretty smooth. Both arms look in line. Oh, they're just sliding up a bit. And I think they've hooked up. If they have, it's a bloody good landing. Yep, we're all hooked up. Now it just all depends on the wave going out. Always done the same wave, the little finger and the thumb wave. I like it. Great job. 9.4. That's my review. Now you got a few spots you can go in here. We'll turn down here just so I can show you, but where I want to go, we're going to go back out on the main road and then come in from the other way. So you've got all this area down here, that's the toilet block. Got a nice little area over to the right, a little park over there. So we're going to go up and come back along the river. So I've got the door of the caravan facing the river. So we'll just turn down along here. This all used to be a beautiful lawn before the floods. And it used to be nice up the other end here, but it's all starting to get a little bit overgrown. We'll just check it out. Okay guys, so that's going to do us back behind us. I've just noticed a lot of the bank washing away here. Bank used to be out another 2 metres there. Used to be able to park here and there'd still be room for people to drive along that track up to the other end of the park. But and the water seems pretty low too, so anyway, we're going to go there. We've left enough room for people to go through. Okay guys, got the fire going. Beautiful evening here at Purnong. I should have got the camera going a bit earlier. It was sensational, the sun going down to my left, looking back at those cliffs over there, which you can't see. We've had a couple of Jim Beans, one scared of the dark medicine, just for medicinal purposes to help me have a nice sleep. And for tea tonight we had these beautiful chips I made up, or crisps. What are they? Barbecue. 8.4. That's my review for those. But we'll have some fish tomorrow. We will catch a fish and a big cook up tomorrow night with our pork belly. But beautiful night here at Purnong. We're right on the edge of Caurnamont, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. It's only just still morning. I think I sat up and talked to myself till about 2 or 3 in the morning. Beautiful fire and a little bit of rain, as you can see out there on the water, but no wind. So to me, that's a beautiful day. So now we've got to get stuck into this fishing. We've got to catch a fish. Hopefully we don't get too much rain. Sort of coming from that direction back behind us. Okay, time for our worm test. This was from Tail and Bend shop. This was from Bow Hill shop. And both about the same price. I know the Bow Hill one was $11.50. I think the Tail and Bend one was roughly about the same price. And I think that's sort of the going rate when you're buying them from a shop. So that's how it is. But a little bit difference in size and definitely weight. So we'll check them out. We're going to do the Tail and Bend hardware store one first. And I'm not going to put you through me counting them all out, but I'll quickly sort that out and I'll show you at the end. I'm guessing there's going to be around that 40 to 50 mark. When Wakely's got in touch with me, they had a photo of it upside down. They had a number on it, and I'm guessing that's how many worms. I thought the one that they sent me had 49. You probably can't read that, but that says 39. So I'm guessing they've counted 39 worms. So we'll check that out. Okay guys, the big worm off. And this is from the Tail and Bend shop. And I realise they buy them and put their own prices on them, the shop. So they're probably getting a markup of about 50% or so. And I know I should be breeding my own, which I will do eventually. It's pretty easy. I've got a few mates that do it, but just never get around to it. So in an emergency, I shoot in and buy some worms. And with this count up, about 70 worms. And I'd call them medium to good ones that will fit on the hook nicely. So I've already used, what do I use, 2, 4, 6. I've used 6 already, so about 76 worms. Okay, so the story behind the Walkley's Finest bait and tackle live bait tiger worms is, on my last trip I got some of these from the Bow Hill shop and had a little bit of trouble finding the worms in it, and I thought I'll do a count up, and I ended up counting 9 worms, and they weren't the biggest of worms either. And when I opened the lid, it had a little bit of vegetable scraps on top, and they got in touch with me and said, well, they think they've been tampered with because they don't put vegetable scraps on top. They put, I don't know what they said, some pellets or something in there for the worms to feed on. So anyway, I thought we'd give them another chance. So we've gone back to the Bow Hill shop, and a little bit to that story, as I walked out, the owner said, oh, they should be okay. I fed them some vegetable scraps. So they had been tampered with, but in a good way. So that was pretty good of the Bow Hill store owner to go around and put some vegetable scraps in the top to feed the worms, especially if they've been sitting in his shop for a little while. So this is nothing to do with the shop owner or anything. They can only buy them and sell them at a price that makes them a bit of a profit. So let's get stuck into it here and check out the Walkley's tiger worms. Okay, well, I haven't counted them yet, but there's a reasonable amount in there, but I'll count them up in a minute. I'm just trying to find the biggest one, so that's probably the biggest ones there, and they are definitely a lot smaller than the first batch. Okay guys, the count up. So about 30 here that aren't too bad. 33 maybe. We got a few just like that which are pretty small. 33 if you count those. Anyway, that's our little worm review. Definitely the Tail and Ben hardware store ones are a lot better, and again they probably get them from a private guy that just does it for a bit of fun, so he chucks a few extras in there, whereas Walkley's looks like it's a proper business where it's paying staff and stuff like that. So they've got to make a living, I realise, with the price and stuff, so that's about the going rate. They're around the $11 mark. So but definitely pretty small for what you get. Like their biggest ones, something like that one there, compared to the other ones which are all pretty much like that or bigger. During all my worm reviews, I got a fish, guys. Didn't even know it was on there. It's just an old carp, but it's good enough. I'm going to fillet it. We've got some lunch, fish and chips, guys. That's if I can get it up this bank. She's a bit steep, so just a nice medium-sized one. Come on, let's get it up without it breaking. Oh, he's a nice size. Let's see if I can do this without falling in as well. Come on. Keep still. Come on, come on. Up you come. Don't. Come on. Let's get up here. We've done it. That I filleted from. So there you go. A bit dirty that side. So basically the bit that you can eat, which is nice white meat, besides what people tell you, is that belly section. Up there, down the middle of the ribs, and curve it back down towards that back fin. And you got a nice little fillet around the belly. And a nice little reserve area if you just want to come down for the day. Free barbecue, press the button and away she goes. Sit here all day and watch the ferry going backwards and forwards. You're allowed to walk on the ferry if you want to go for a ride across. And even a spotty if you want to pull your tinny up or your speedboats up. And also another bit of a reserve across the other side of the river where that speedboat's pulled in. Car just going onto the ferry. So toilet block tested, nice, neat and tidy, run by the council, plenty of toilet paper, good seat height, 8.3, that's my review. Okay guys, so this is your fillet down the middle, curve it back to that back fin and just bend it over, slide your knife along the ribs from the top all the way down. Not a huge fillet, but that's it there, and we'll just take the skin off now and do the other side. And I know there's a few of you saying, oh, you're not going to eat that, are you? Well, there's nothing wrong with it. I had a mate, Darren, just the same, who wasn't going to have it, and I cooked it up the same as I'm going to today, and he loved it. So if you want something a little bit different, try a nice little fillet of Murray marlin or carp. So with this one, I went a bit high into the backbone. You've got this dark reddish meat. I think it's reddish. I'm colourblind. And you can just feel a couple of bones there. So just go through and cut that bit out. Feel for the bones. Little bone right at the end there, so we'll just cut him off. There's a better look at the fish all cleaned up in some water. because I knew someone would whinge and say it's all dirty. You're not going to cook it like that, are you? So cleaned up 2 nice little carp fillets. Okay guys, here we go. First cook up for the day. Fish and chips, or carp and chips. I've got a bit of a rough setup here because it's come up a bit windy, so we're trying to block out a little bit of the wind. There should be up nearly to temperature. These potatoes I had left over from the last camping trip, so washed potatoes, and I did wash them in some water to try and get this starch you get on them, so to try and make them a bit better. Usually when I do chips myself they're rubbish. So anyway, we're just going to chuck these in there because they're going to take a little bit longer than the fish. And whoops, I knocked every bloody thing over. Anyway, we'll get that one in there and get them going. Okay guys, chips are done. They're looking pretty good. We'll just get another plate and stick over top of those. And I'm just letting the pan cool down a bit because I don't want it too hot when I do the fish. And then I heard a nice beep, and look what's coming down the river. The mighty Marion from Mannum on a bit of a cruise. How cool's that? Beautiful old paddle steamer. I remember when that used to be in dry dock when I was about 7 or 8 years of age, just to the left of the ferry at Mannum, and you used to pay $1 or 50 cents or something to go up and check it out, and it was a complete mess back then. Never thought it'd get fixed, but there it is, all restored and going for a cruise. Okay, here we go with the fish. My batter I made up before I came, beer batter, and hopefully that oil's about the right heat. Just put that in there and get it going. Next one, and I'm about to run out of battery here, so we'll get it in there cooking and then I'll do a quick battery change hopefully. Okay, it's starting to look good guys, crisping up. Okay, here we go, snap test. Not quite as crispy as I was thinking. Oh, it snapped away pretty good. Look at that. Nice white meat. Beautiful. Little bit of salt on that and away we go. I don't know if you can hear this crunch on the microphone while it's up near my mouth. Nice crispy batter, nice white meat. You serve that out on the street, no one would know that it's carp. Chips, not so good. I never get them crispy like this. Soggy. But cooked. Tastes alright. But the carp, excellent. 8.2, that's my review. So they beep their horn to let the ferry operator know they're coming. It's still raining out here. Well, good morning everyone. Nice morning after a bit of a thunderstorm last night, so I didn't get the fire going. Fair bit of thunder and a fair bit of rain, but it was a pretty good night. Couldn't even watch the speedway though, that got rained out down at Mount Gambier. So a little bit of a mess here to clean up. Not too bad, but we'll tidy that up in a minute. But yeah, beautiful day. It's supposed to be getting up to about 33, 34 today, which is crazy after yesterday where it probably got to about 23. So it's going to warm up a bit. And hang on, I just heard a blast. I reckon the paddle ship Marion is coming back down, so I'm going to leave you. I'm going to try and set up the drone and see if I can film a bit of it. Catch you in a minute. There it is, guys, the Murray Princess, biggest paddle boat in Australia. Absolutely spectacular. Okay guys, all packed up here at Purnong. Great little spot, only about an hour and a half from Adelaide, if that. Got toilets both sides of the river. Usually you'll find a spot here. Today there was one caravan when I first got here, and some young guys, a group of about 5 or 6 of them, all in swags down the other end there, and then one caravan pulled up last night and that's already gone this morning. But beautiful little spot. If you want to put your kayaks and that in, it's nice and low down the other end there by the barbecue area, but fantastic little spot. And we're about to make our way home. Still got my rod holder there, but remember to pick that up. So overall pretty good. Wasn't too happy with my pork chicharrones. I think I left them in the fridge too long and the skin dried out too much, so we're back to the drawing board with that one. Forgot fly spray. If I leave that door open, flies just get in everywhere. It was a pain in the butt. But other than that, perfect little getaway for a couple of nights. Just been out cleaning up. Bit of mess from other people that were camped here, so make sure when you leave you pack all the rubbish up. So that's it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And yeah, if you're looking for a camping spot close to Adelaide or you're on your way through up the river, check out Purnong.